What's up, guys? Techmaster back with another video. So today we're going to be comparing the M1 MacBook Pro and the M2 MacBook Air today. So on the front, the M2 MacBook Air has a 13.6-inch liquid retina display with up to 500 nits of brightness. The M1 MacBook Pro has a 13.3-inch retina display with up to the same 500 nits of brightness. The M2 MacBook Air does get brighter compared to the previous one, and it's much more visible in like outdoors and all that stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely a sharper, more immersive display compared to the M1 MacBook Air that we just went over yesterday. And so now going on to the ports, the M1 MacBook Pro has two USB-C ports and a headphone jack right there. The M2 MacBook Air has a MagSafe port, if you look right there with those little shiny dots, and a headphone jack right over there. This is the midnight color. I love this color so much. It does pick up fingerprints for sure, like without a doubt, but it's such a solid color. I would recommend every single person to go with. And yeah, this is a beautiful computer. The design and the color of the computer is beautiful, and I think it's such a solid color. Yeah, and let me just do this, close that. Bye, everybody. Yeah, and so yeah, we went over displays. The battery life is better on the M1 MacBook Pro slightly, but because this device is no longer sold by Apple, and it's almost a 3-year-old computer, actually. This one's actually only a year old. This is a full 2 years newer than this computer. This came out August or late July. This is like July 27th, 2022. This is November 10th. So there's basically almost a 2-year gap between these. And this is a brand new device. I just got it. This is a used MacBook Pro. This belongs to my mom. It's still 90% battery health, but yeah, the battery's not going to be exactly better than this because it's 2 years old. You can no longer buy it new. So you have to buy it. The only way you could actually buy it new is if you buy it from Apple refurbished, but I really wouldn't do that. I would get it used if you're going to, because the M2 MacBook Pro's there, and then you can go up to the 15-inch MacBook Air. There's so many other options out there. But yeah, so batteries were likely going to be better on this, especially if you buy this one new. It's going to be a lot better. But yeah, otherwise, they'll definitely get you through the day. This one, including, will get you through the day. My mom has had no problems, and I've seen no problems with this computer. So they're both sold 100% right now. But yeah, both of these should get you through the day. This M2 MacBook Air absolutely will get you through the day. I mean, I did like 3 hours of gaming plus crazy GPU intensive benchmarks, and I was at like 67%. So if you could probably get 6 hours of gaming out of this computer, probably, or maybe 5, but like you could get a crazy amount of hours of gaming out of this computer versus like on the M1 chip, probably a lot less, because the M2 chip is also more efficient too. So yeah. And yeah, so yeah, and now if we flip it over, I'm gonna clear the dust off my desk. But the M2 MacBook Air has a more modern design. Like, it has the flat sides. It looks easier to repair, I'm guessing. It probably is, to be honest. I'm not gonna like take it apart, obviously, but this is a more flat design. It's like, this is like more rounded and it's like bulkier, versus this is a much more thin, sleek design that's like looks easier to replace. I don't know for sure, but it's flatter, and then, all that stuff. So, and this is definitely more, I'm guessing that'll make this one more durable, but I'm definitely not going to test that. You guys can see tests online, but I'm not going to test that. And the Apple logo is noticeably bigger compared to, because this is the older shell, obviously. And by the way, the M2 MacBook Pro comes in this exact shell. Like, nothing has changed except the M2 chip. So that's another reason I would go for this M2 MacBook Air. But the M2 MacBook Air's display, or the Apple logo, is a lot larger. So that's something to keep in mind. Yeah, like I said, this is the exact same design as the M2 MacBook Pro, and it's more expensive. So, yeah. Sorry. And yeah. what else? Yeah, so like I said, we have a MagSafe port here. We'll have headphone jacks on that side. There's a little less ports on these computers compared, like even the older MacBook Pros before the 2021 versions had a lot more like USB-C ports. They had like 2 USB-C ports on that side and like 2 there. I mean, now it's crazy how many ports we have on those MacBook Pros. There's 2 USB-C ports, a MagSafe port, a headphone jack. We have an HDMI port, another USB-C port, and that SD card slot. Like that is like 8 ports on that computer. This one only has 4. This basically has half as many ports, but it's totally fine. I mean, compared to normal, this is way better, obviously. And yeah, so battery life we went over. Shell, yep, display. And let's see, in terms of price, this one is around $900. The M1 MacBook Pro, let me quickly look it up, and then I'll give it to you guys. Give me 1 second. I'm going to search up M1 MacBook Pro, Amazon. I'll go to Amazon because Amazon's usually a pretty good sort of source for that. Give me 1 second. M1 MacBook Pro refurbished. Okay, so looking for oh wow, it's giving me, as you can see, it's giving me all of the 2021 versions. I need the solid M1 MacBook Pro. Oh, wait. Oh yeah. So it looks like it's about, I mean, this is with more stuff on it, but like 512, that's still really expensive. Like, that's still like I think even if it's probably going to be around the same price as the, at least around the same price as the M2 MacBook Air. So in terms of which one I would probably buy, honestly, I would still go for the M2 MacBook Air. Even though it's not a pro laptop, it has pro specs, much more pro than this. Like this has the outdated shell. It's got less ports. It's got a worse display. Technically worse battery life too. Technically, all that stuff. And yeah, it's just not very good, like in my opinion. I don't know. Like this is a good computer, but like this is a more pro laptop at this point. And yeah. I don't know. It's just more of a let's see, anything else I have to cover? Let me think. Yeah, but that's pretty much it, guys. So I hope you guys like this video. I'm definitely gonna do more of these comparisons, and maybe even run benchmarks eventually. But yeah, see you guys later.